syndrome because I have a lot of friends who are achievers as well. And one of the biggest sort of core tendencies for achievers is because we generally are striving and striving and striving because we feel that we have something to prove. And if you strip all of that down, ultimately, I mean, I've done the work, guys. So I found that ultimately the reason why we are constantly striving to prove ourselves and we're constantly achieving the next level, the next title, the next accomplishment, the next, level in your career, the next financial target, the next, target mark that you're going for, the next relationship, the next, weight loss goal, the next, I mean, the possibilities are endless. We are constantly striving for the next, the next, the next. And the reason is because we don't feel like we're enough. We don't feel like we could be loved if we were just us. And I believe that that is the core weakness for those who tend to want to achieve on a constant basis. Now, I also have a lot of, weakness. I've overcome this one actually. The have nothing to prove one. That one's still a work in progress. Even though I've really stripped it down, I really understand it. For me right now, it's okay. I understand it. I have the mindset, but I need to make sure that my actions and my decisions and my behaviors also reflect my understanding of that. And the one that I have overcome is the last one, which is I have nothing to defend. I used to be somebody who would always have the comeback sentence. You say something, I've got a response right there for you. And I've offended a lot of people, and I have said some things that probably shouldn't have been said. And it again, stripping that down, the reason why anybody is always on the defense and always trying to defend themselves, defend their family, or defend, those who they love, they're always defending something, defending your cause, defending your career, defending your choices, defending your wardrobe. Yeah, I know, right? There was one time I was actually defending why I wanted to wear my hair a certain way. Anyways, that was me in my tween years. So, that defense mechanism, once you strip it down, the defense mechanism is about the lack of knowing that it's okay, that you're enough as you. And so the underlying factor with actually all four of these, the hiding, the protecting, the proving, and the defending, fundamentally, if you just want to boil it down to one sentence, is that we don't feel like we're enough. And not being enough can be a lot of branches. You might feel like you're not smart enough. You might feel like you're not beautiful enough. You might feel like you're not loved. You are not good enough. You are not tall enough. You are not, you're not slim enough. You're not kind enough. You're not the possibilities are endless. But ultimately, it's because we don't feel like we're enough. And so this is the type of work that I think, the exercises that we've given you this past mini series is going to help you get through and hopefully get you started, get through the hump and get you started on that growth trajectory that I really envision for you guys. And we're going to unpack this even more as we go along. Like, don't think that this is going to be the only conversation that we're going to have about this. We're going to be exploring a lot of these concepts in a lot of different angles. I'm just one of those, like, sort of like multi-angle type of people, like, have you seen those, like, are those the chameleons? And that was part of the lizard family where, their eyes, they literally like can go like 360 degrees, like, and it's like so cool. Like they literally, and they can have their eyes like move like, um, in different directions. Like the right eyeball will go in like a completely different direction than the left eyeball. It's like such a cool little thing. You can just Google it. I think most lizards can do that, but I think the one that sticks out in my mind is the one with the chameleon, and I guess he's looking for his next meal, and he's just like just tracking everything, and yeah, so that's what it is. We're gonna revisit some of these, concepts. We're gonna revisit some of these, methods that we've talked about. We're gonna revisit, these topics from a lot of different angles. And I think sometimes, taking it from a different angle, even for the same topic, gives us the perspective and the lens that we need to grow from wherever we were last. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's so important to be able to unpack that. You guys, I think we're going to have to break this episode into two parts because there's another subset of principles I want to also talk about. But our episode actually has already gotten to a certain length. So I don't want to sort of belabor this point, but I just want to repeat one more time. The framework that I want you guys to get to start exercising and using is: I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to protect. I have nothing to prove. I have nothing to defend. And start using this framework literally tomorrow after the podcast, and start applying these concepts to your daily life. I guarantee you there's going to be some pretty amazing changes that will happen almost like within the day when you start using it. All right, Healthy Wisdomers, it's been such a pleasure to share another episode with you guys. And I thank you for hanging out with me all this time. Please take a minute to subscribe, follow, and rate this episode so we can share this wisdom. And let's invite more people to join us on this journey. This is the Healthy Wisdom series with Dr. Jen Chen. I look forward to part 2 of this mini series on this episode.